In a peaceful village surrounded by tall forests lived a young carpenter named Daniel. He was known for making beautiful wooden tables, chairs, and toys. Although he worked hard every day, he remained poor because he always charged fair prices and never cheated his customers. One morning, Daniel received a large order from the village school. He needed the finest wood from the forest to complete it. Carrying his favorite set of carving tools, he walked deep into the woods. Near a clear river, Daniel slipped on a wet rock. His most valuable carving knife fell into the fast-moving water and disappeared. It was the only tool his late father had given him. Daniel searched for hours, but it was gone. Exhausted, he sat beside the river and whispered, "I don't know how I'll finish my work now." An elderly woman suddenly appeared. She smiled warmly and said, "Why are you so sad?" Daniel explained what had happened. The woman walked to the river, reached into the water, and returned holding a knife made entirely of gold. "Is this yours?" she asked. Daniel looked at it and shook his head. "No, Mom. Mine was old and made of steel. I could never claim something that doesn't belong to me." The woman smiled again and dipped her hand into the river. This time she brought out a knife with a silver handle. "Is this the one?" Daniel replied, "It's beautiful, but it isn't mine." For the third time, she reached into the river and returned with Daniel's old carving knife. His face lit up. "Yes, that's my father's knife. Thank you so much." The old woman laughed gently. "You have chosen honesty over wealth. That is far more valuable than gold." She handed Daniel his knife and, to his surprise, also gave him the golden and silver knives. "They are your reward," she said. "Use them wisely." When Daniel returned to the village, everyone was amazed. He sold the gold and silver, bought better tools, opened a larger workshop, and hired young people who needed work. His business became successful, but he never forgot the lesson that had changed his life. He continued to charge fair prices, treat customers with respect, and help families who could not afford furniture. Years later, when children asked him how he had become successful, Daniel would smile and say, "Money can disappear in a moment, but honesty earns trust for a lifetime." And from that day on, the village remembered him not as the richest carpenter, but as the most honest man they had ever known. Moral: honesty builds trust, and trust creates lasting success.